What do you want to talk about?
Wrestling! And here!
Wrestling?
Why?
It's wrestling.
It's wrestling. Why? Why?
Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
Why not? Why not?
It's fake.
Fake? What the hell are you talking about? Fake? It's not fake.
Fake.
Wrestling's not fake!
Okay, wrestling.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Ronald Ray here, your boy with a cornbread accent. Welcome you to this week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Hopefully, everybody had a great weekend. Hopefully, everybody has a great start to a new week, getting back to the grind. But it is time to have a little bit of fun, take you a little break, and play some Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. If this is your first time watching, what I do is every Tuesday I ask 5 questions, all dealing with the sport of professional wrestling. So if you dig this a regular guide, not an insider or anything like that, talk about the sport of professional wrestling and give tribute shows and other things, click that like button. Also, let me know how you did in the comments. If you go 5 for 5, I'll brag about you a little bit on next week's show and on this week's spot show live stream. But like I said, if you enjoyed this, like I said, a regular guide talking about the sport of professional wrestling, no inside guide or anything like that, click that subscribe button. Also, hit that notification bell, share with family and friends, just help your boy out a little bit. Other than that, let's have a little bit of fun. Now with all that out of the way, like I said, let's go with question number 1 this week. Question number 1 this week is, who is credited for doing the first wrestling shoot interview? This is I think it came out mid-90s, started with some wrestling videotape traders or people who did like indie shows, or I know RF Video did ECW's fan cam and stuff like that. They would sell tapes of old wrestling shows and current maybe indie shows, non-WWE or WCW stuff. Then they got where they get wrestlers to sit down and do shoot interviews. So who is the first one they gave credit to? It wasn't just our video, it was High Spots, and then there was a Smart Mart video. Anyway, so who is the first wrestler to be credited for doing the first one? Is it A, Jim Cornette, B, Eddie Gilbert, or C, Tommy Rich? Without giving a long explanation again, question number 1, who is credited for doing the first wrestling shoot interview? Was it A, Jim Cornette, B, Eddie Gilbert, or C, Tommy Rich? The answer is B, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. I'm trying to figure out who it was with. I think it was just I don't think it was with a company. I think it was just one guy kind of did one with him. I guess Eddie knew him or something like that. But he sat down and, like you see there, the hotel room. I believe you can get this on YouTube. Pretty informative. Like I said, it was just a career retrospect, nothing in character or anything like that. Just explaining the angles and all that stuff. I think the first one RF Video did was with Tommy Rich. Jim Cornette, who is probably one of the top wrestling podcasters around now. He did a lot with RF Video. He did a lot of shoot interviews with them. I want to say like early 80s maybe. Bruiser Brody might have did one, but nobody's really credited him. But I think it was kind of a work shoot or something like that, possibly. If anybody knows any more about that, let me know in the comments. And of course, at this time, nobody knew about the Plan B one, so that was done for southeastern Knoxville territory. Nobody knew about that till a few years ago. So anyway, let's go to question number 2 this week. Question number 2 this week. Who won the 2003 TNA Super X Cup? Was it A, Chris Sabin, B, Frankie Kazarian, or C, Matt Bentley? All right, question number 2. Who won the 2003 TNA Super X Cup? Was it A, Chris Sabin, B, Frankie Kazarian, or C, Matt Bentley? The answer is A, Chris Sabin. At this time, he was known as Chris the Future Sabin. Probably more famous for being one half of the Motor City Machine Guns with Alex Shelley. Frankie Kazarian still doing it back in TNA. He was with AEW for a while, but he's gone back to TNA. He was actually part of Team TNA at the NXT Showdown this past week. And Matt Bentley, I think he might have been known as Michael Shane at this time. Other than that, he was Shawn Michaels' cousin. Had a pretty long tenure in TNA, but once his contract came up, was not renewed, and don't think he might have some tryouts for WWE, but not sure what he did after this. All right, let's go to question number. Oh, by the way, Michael Shane, yes, was the legitimate cousin of Shawn Michaels. I don't know if I mentioned that. All right, question number 3 this week. In a car accident that also had Tully Blanchard and Terry Funk that happened on February 6, 1981, Dick Slater was said to be the most injured. How long was he out for? Was it A, 1 week, B, 1 month, or C, 1 year? All right. Question number 3 again. In a car accident that also had Tully Blanchard and Terry Funk that happened on February 6, 1981, Dick Slater was said to be the most injured. How long was he out for? Was it A, 1 week, B, 1 month, or C, 1 year? The answer is A, 1 week. Yes, got banged up. I think he might have had a concussion. I think this is the bad accident some people talk about that Dick Slater was in that kind of had an effect on him, but dude was still a tough son of a gun, and I don't think anybody's going to tell him any different unless they want to get them hands. Apparently, according to speaking of shooting reviews, according to Mike Graham's shooting review, he had a lethal right hand, and you don't want to get the wrong side of Dick Slater. All right. Question number 4. Question number 4 this week. How many times was Shawn Michaels a participant in the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Match of the Year? Was it A, 5 times, B, 8 times, or C, 11 times? All right. Question number 4 again. How many times was Shawn Michaels a participant of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Match of the Year? Was it A, 5 times, B, 8 times, or C, 11 times? The answer is C, 11 times. Yes, everybody from Mario Jannetty to The Undertaker. And a lot of those matches, I think most of them were WrestleMania matches. I think the one with Marty was SummerSlam. Was a SummerSlam match, I think, but yeah, that one match of the year, got Marty fired again or something like that. People, I guess the agents didn't like it or something like that. I can't remember the story, but yeah, it's illustrated in the Dark Side of the Ring of Mario Jannetty, so check that out. But yes, Shawn Michaels, 11-time co-winner of the Pro Wrestling Illustrated Match of the Year. All right, time for the main event. Question number 5. Question number 5 this week. Who did Harley race? Got the race part. Sorry about that, folks. Who did Harley defeat in the tournament final for the 1972 relaunch of the NWA Missouri? God dang it, Missouri Championship. It's supposed to be an I in there too. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, was it A, Johnny Valentine, B, Pat Song, or C, Gene Kaniski? All right. Main event question number 5. Who did Harley Race defeat in a tournament for the 1972 relaunch of the NWA Missouri Championship? Was it A, Johnny Valentine, B, Pat Song, or C, Gene Kaniski? The answer is B, Pat Song. Yes. I think it was gone for a little less than 20 years. Then they relaunched it again. Harley Race won it, and I think he was also a 7-time Missouri heavyweight champion. So not only was the NWA World Champion 7 times, Missouri champion also 7 times. And this is one of those regional championships that would help launch maybe future world champions. I think Dusty Rhodes might have won it one time. Flair won it 1 or 2 times. I think David Von Erich won it 1 or 2 times as well. So, but anyway, that does it for this week's Wrestling Trivia Tuesday. Hope you folks have fun. You folks have a good one. Take it easy. And until next time.
So long from the peach state of Georgia.
Ronald Ray here saying thank you for checking out my video. If you don't mind, go ahead and click that thumbs up button, leave a comment, and share this video with family and friends. I would also appreciate it if you would subscribe to RP2 Vision, where I cover the sport of professional wrestling from yesterday to today. Now don't forget to click the notification bell as well, so you'll be notified when my other weekly content is available, like Wrestling Trivia Tuesday, WWE Raw Recap, and AEW Dynamite Recap. I also have 2 live streams. Every Thursday at 8 p.m., it's Spot Show Live Stream, where I discuss the latest news in professional wrestling. And on Friday nights at 8 o'clock p.m., it's Wrestling Gold Friday Night, where I discuss the good old days of professional wrestling. When wrestling was wrestling, wrestling was real because it's still real to us. Folks, have a good one and take it easy.